All right, so this is everything gotten at the Washington Wild Things on August 3rd, 2024. And I wanted to get this one done as soon as possible because, as you can see, there's food involved. There is actually food involved. And the reason why it's in this video is because that it's literally a free giveaway, and they do it every night, apparently. So I've heard about this. I'm just going to start with this because I'm already on the topic. I've heard about this. And I wasn't sure if it was actually real or not, but apparently it is. You walk in, and apparently this is every game. When you walk in, there's a table that hands out free cookies. You don't have to pay, free cookies. And I guess that's who makes them, Bethel Bakery. And as well, I forget what inning it is, but sometime in the middle of the game, right on the concourse, there is a stand that opens up for one inning. Or until the line dies down, I'm sure. And you get $1 cookie and a carton of milk. And people line up for that. It's a long line. The fan service at Washington is amazing. But not only this free cookie that I still haven't eaten, but there's a free lollipop on the way out. You know, you have the interns or whatever holding a giant bowl of lollipops for anyone to take. It's insane. Like I said, from what I hear, and now it was a big night when I was there because there's a bobblehead here. It was a big night when I was there, but from what I've heard, that is every night with the food stuff. So that's really cool. That's very unique. And like I said, I wanted to get this video as or not out, but record it as soon as possible, as soon as I got home, because of this, because I want to eat that and not have it go bad. So anyway, next thing we have the more standard stuff you're used to seeing on my channel. The printed ticket here. That's what a ticket would look like if I had the physical one. My first time at this stadium, so I got the shirt and hat, Washington Wild Things W logo. Nothing on the back here. And here is the hat. It is Frontier League, so they don't typically stray away from this, although they will very rarely. But this is the hat that they use, 99% of the time. Black hat with the W and Wild Thing, the mascot on it. He could have another name that I'm not sure of, but I'm just calling him Wild Thing. And here's the parking. It is $5 as typical. And there you go. Pocket schedule here. And now the pocket schedules, I will say, were interesting because they only ever had them at the box office. And at the time, we're standing in a long line to hopefully get one of these. So it's like, I don't want to get out of line for that. And that's the only place in the whole stadium they had them. No concession stands, nothing. So it's like, okay, we just don't get a pocket schedule. But at the end of the night, surprisingly, the box office is closed, but the box of the pocket schedules are actually outside of the window, so we're still able to get one. It was a similar situation when I went to High Point. And if you watch the first High Point video I did, you notice there's no pocket schedule. Well, they did have one, but it was on the inside of the box office. So it was like the same kind of situation, It's like, well, can't get it. I'm banking on, okay, well, I saw it there, but I'm not going to go there. They probably have them inside. They did not. And, ended up not getting one. I did try emailing them, though, and I never got a response. So, good thing to get this. Here is the stadium, tickets and groups, the schedule over here, and the promotional schedule. And QR code that goes somewhere. And here is the also free program that they hand out when you walk in, and you check. I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce it. I was at a game, and he got up to bat like 4 times, and I still didn't pay attention to how they pronounced it. But here's your game day program, which I've not quite looked at yet. All the teams, the schedule again. some ads. This is going to be your typical. There is a little bit of substance, like this. I'd say there's at least a little bit of substance in this one, but for the most part, it's kind of your typical Frontier League free program. Do have a scorecard. I will say this is probably the best Frontier League one that I've seen, but, you know, it's still pages like this, which, you know, I completely understand. But this one at least has some substance to it, like articles, a few of them anyway. They do not have a roster or anything, which I think I've said this in the past, but I think the reason why Frontier League teams, even when they do have a program, don't have stuff like rosters is because it just changes too much. It'll be outdated super quick, and they're not going to make multiple of these in a season. So there's that. And now, the reason why some of you probably clicked on this is the bobblehead. I have an interesting story about this. The amount of people that waited in line, obviously they had to buy a ticket to the game, but the amount of people that showed up just to get the bobblehead and leave immediately is insane. Like, I was still in line, you know, toward the front gate, and I see people already walking out with these bobbleheads. I would like to have good faith and say that they just keep them for themselves, even if they don't stay for the game. But then at the same time, I was curious. So right after the game, I went on eBay. All I did was look up Roberto Clemente bobblehead. I did not even use specifics that it was this bobblehead, just Roberto Clemente bobblehead. And the second result was someone selling it. You could buy it right then and there for $100, but if you wanted to bid on it, it started at $75. Like, right after the game, there was already at least one posting of this online for $100. Crazy. I want to finish my story there, but I do need to grab a pair of scissors here real quick and snip this. Alright, he is out of the packaging. I'm going to have to do some cleanup here because styrofoam. But here he is. Let's get him in a little bit more light. Switch hands. Here he is. If you do not know, and I didn't know this until we got tickets to this game, that he served for the country. Now, USMC, there it is. 1958, 1964. Is the bottom of the 4 missing? Or it's just colored over a little bit with a little bit of blue. But I'm not going to hold that against it. It is free after all. But anyway, he did serve in the American military, which is pretty cool if you didn't know that. And that's what this bobblehead is about. It is really cool. And I was going to go to this game anyway. You know, the bobblehead was just an added thing for me. But it's cool whenever you kind of stumble into promotions like that. And you probably noticed I did kind of swipe this off to the side because I really wasn't sure what it was. BOGO cheese pizza, which I'm not going to use because I've never heard of this brand. And I'm sure it's very local to the Pittsburgh area, and it expires in September. And I don't think I'm going to be in the Pittsburgh area unless I'm passing through. I might be passing through at some point, but I don't think I'm going to stop in Washington for Cohen, your filling station. Is that a gas station then? I'm not sure. But you notice they are the sponsor of the bobblehead right there too. So anyway, that is pretty much it. Unless you're really willing to shell out that amount of money, do not pay $100. I mean, it's your life. You do what you want. But I would personally not give in to the scalpers. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to have a cookie and lollipop now. So yeah, that is it. And see you guys later.